going to be going over the Kishi version 2 from the folks at Razer. This is a universal mobile gaming controller for your iPhone. I've got the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I wanted to be able to level up my gaming here to be able to play, with the best of us. This is definitely geared towards those guys that want to compete. They want to have something here that isn't necessarily touch control and be able to play some of those games that do have the native controller support. I think what's really awesome here in the last few years that Apple has really leveled up their competition here with all of their apps, that controllers being universally supported by most product. I also wanted to show you here that there is definitely an option out there besides the backbone, which quite frankly I've had this a year now and it's kind of flimsy. It doesn't quite fit the 14 because of the chassis for a smaller phone. This is much bigger, robust. It follows the Xbox controller array and it has more buttons to boot. So let's go ahead and unbox it, show you what that looks like. Before we do though, this is not a sponsored video. They did not reach out to me here. I did purchase this with my own money. Down below in the links in the description will be the product pricing and availability. You guys can check that out. It does help out the channel. With that said, here we go. Jump into it. Kishi version 2 here from Razer is a universal mobile gaming controller that matches the Xbox array for your iPhone. What I'm really excited here is that it's going to support my iPhone 14 Pro Max. I'll obviously have to take out the case, but it's just a more robust than the last version. This is really, really nice. I really like it. It's really grippy. First impressions here is that it's high quality. It uses polycarbonate material here, thick plastic, and it's got a bunch of other stickers and things that you guys can make sure and recycle. But nonetheless, there it is. You got the IO right here, which is nice. Plug it right into the lightning cable. You've got grooves here for the speaker, which is really, really cool. I like the ergonomics here and the grip on the back, as you guys can see, textured so that you can get that right gaming angle here when you're trying to perform. You've obviously got the Xbox buttons, and you even have a L4, which is an additional button here that can be mapped on the games that you use, which is really cool. So you got the bumper, trigger, and an extra button, which is nice. I like that. You've obviously got your home button and your capture button and your settings button, and then you've got the Xbox array, which is nice. It feels like, honestly, these are analog sticks from the Switch. It's got a dedicated D-pad, which is really nice. I like that. And then you've got your XYBA, which is really nice. It's great. I really like that. It's got some good movement here, especially the triggers. I like that. I like that. It does fold out very, very far. So if you have a gigantic phone here, like the 14 Pro Max, it's going to support that. And then obviously you've got some rubber here to be able to protect your investment from any other unforeseen scratches. Now, let's go ahead and show you what this looks like installing it. I'm hoping that it does fit the 14. It may not. Well, let's give it a go. Place it in, out. It kind of does. So showing you here, as you can see, the spring loaded, it does grab against the whole phone. You do have a bezel here and there to be able to push the camera down so it doesn't kind of come out that way. But it does seem like it plugs right into it with no problem. And it does seem like the chassis is large enough to be able to support it. Although the rubber does kind of push up against the camera array right here. You can barely see it, but it is a little bit flimsy. It doesn't necessarily grab entirely on it. You got to kind of finagle it and push it in, and then it grabs onto it. But it is pushing up against my screen protector. So you'll just have to note that if you've got a big phone like this, it's going to have that issue here in order for it to be recognized. So you download it here from Razer Nexus. Okay, they have a dedicated home button for the Razer Nexus here. You just push that button and it'll pull up, no problem, right in there. It's very, very similar to the backbone where you've got full controller support of all of your different titles. As you guys can see, you can see all the games that I have downloaded here and that are available. We've got sports, action, simulation. You can get Alien Isolation. This was recently added to the App Store. It's very similar to the way that Backbone has it. You can press this button to start a recording. If you press the button here, it will do a screenshot. If you press and hold, it will start recording. It is really, really nice, to be honest, the way that it's playing here. Okay, just playing it for a little bit. As you guys can see, my screen reacts really well. I like how it feels. It feels like the Pro controller from the Switch. It's not as thick as maybe like the Xbox controller, but this really looks good. I mean, I can't complain. I love how the triggers are really, really responsive, and it just feels really good in the palm of my hand. On the 14 Pro Max, it looks great. It feels great. A little laggy here. I don't know if it's been optimized for iPhone 14 Pro Max, but I need to fix the available, like the screen there at the beginning. I messed it up. With that said, my Ponios, I think the Kishi version 2 is a very, very strong competitor out there. There are a few features here that I prefer on the backbone. I really like how it's got the integrated 3.5 millimeter mic. This does have the lightning cable for charging, which is really, really nice. They have the 2 extra buttons, and it does feel a lot more robust and sturdy. I don't like how it barely reaches the chassis here, so if you have a screen protector, it kind of pushes up against it. I didn't notice that it was doing any kind of bubbling of the screen protector, but just know that that is available. I really like the high quality of the video recording, and I think it is a stellar product for the price here. It's definitely competitive to the backbone. Check out that video if you're interested in the difference, but nonetheless, here's my review. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Down below in the links in the description will be the product pricing and availability. Those do help out the channel as they are affiliate. Nonetheless, this isn't sponsored. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Peace.